Live here downtown in Southtown 101 here at Pub Sports Radio Studios, coming live at you here this beautiful Thursday night. Of course, I always got this time to my right and to my right. I got Arigo to my right, and then also got Amanda Rogan to my right.
What up,
What's up, guys?
Oh, you're not going to do your...
Oh, yeah. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
All right on. Yes, we are coming at you live here, Southtown 101 Pub Sports Radio Studios. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this because we're going to try to keep it short, sweet, and good. The new thing that hit Netflix this past week, pretty much right after our show got off the air that Friday night, Extraction came onto Netflix, and starring Chris Hemsworth. It is produced by the Russo brothers, and for those who don't know who the Russo brothers are, they are the directors of Endgame and Infinity War, and of course some other Marvel movies like Civil War and also Winter Soldier, who produced this film. And let me tell you, it is fucking badass. If you guys seen Extraction, you know what I am talking about. Chris Hemsworth puts on a badass, kick-ass performance. John Wick goes off, one-man wrecking crew. He just pretty much dominates throughout the movie, and also the kind of inside of like his backstory was really good that I liked as well, and it was great.
Hi, Roger.
Roger, what's up, Rod?
I was waiting for her to say
something. What's up?
Hey, Roger.
Yes.
Hey, Felicia. Felicia's watching.
We got Nathan, Laura, Roger.
Nice. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. But let's go ahead and talk about what these ladies thought, because I gave them homework to do, and let's see if they watched it.
I actually watched it this time.
And that was the first person I was going to go to.
That was amazing that you watched it.
Yes.
Bitch going to school, got a new baby, got the other two kids she got to watch.
And a stalker.
And
Dun, dun, dun.
Do we have any scary music back there? Yeah.
Can we play some RuPaul back there? Anyways, I loved it. I thought it was good. I had to watch it a second time because the first time I was falling asleep and doing homework, and my teacher was doing a lecture, so I couldn't really pay too much attention.
Okay, understandable. But like, what did you think of his performance?
I think he did badass because I'm so used to him in like Thor and other different kinds of movies that I have never seen him that gruesome. So it was like, and it wasn't as crazy as John Wick, but for him to play that part, to me, that was fucking badass.
It
shows you a different side of him that you haven't seen.
Like, I mean, his other military movies that he's kind of done was, Red Dawn, because he was a Marine in that one, he was badass.
It wasn't like this, though.
No, it was like
crazy and tactical.
Up there, man. One. And his hand-to-hand combat was just freaking on point.
I didn't expect that, to be honest.
No, I didn't either. I thought it was going to be like a shootout, but it was a lot of hand-to-hand combat, a lot of 1-on-5 or 1-on-4. So it was dope. Amanda Rogan.
Yeah, I loved it the whole time. You watched it with me.
I know I watched it. I watched it with you. They want to know. I know her reactions were.
I know. I'm like, you watched it with me.
I know what they are.
It was badass. I liked it. I liked that he didn't die. I know.
Well, spoiler. Yeah, you just spoiled the movie.
I did. Oh well, sorry.
It always happens. It does. It
does. It comes out of my mouth.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, there's no filter here. Go watch it. It's good. I like they set it up for a sequel. Okay, I'm gonna say it anyways. Mm-hmm. I liked him in Red Dawn. A lot of people, again, that was a very underrated film.
Oh, I loved him in Red Dawn. Was awesome. The new Red Dawn was awesome. The remake.
I don't think I've watched it.
No, you gotta see the remake.
It's
good.
It's good.
It's good, especially the backstory.
I hated that he died. I didn't want him to die.
Yes. Stop ruining the fucking movies.
Haven't you seen it?
She just said no. She never seen it.
I didn't hear that either. I wasn't listening. I don't listen. I'm this thing's cutting in and out.
Kick her out of the booth, please.
Sorry. It's cutting in and out.
Are we gonna start talking stalkers? Because I'm always down to talk stalkers. You know.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
He did it. He did it.
Damn, no filter here. Spoiler alert. My bad, you guys. I don't have a filter. If you know me, I do not have a filter. Roger knows I don't have a filter.
Yeah, Roger knows that for sure.
Everybody wants to go with those.
I
movies
knows I
now.
don't have a filter.
Yep.
I used to not have a filter, but I learned.
It's because all three of us have seen it. My bad. I'm sorry. Hey, anytime you watch these shows, there's spoiler alerts, so it doesn't matter. It happens. Okay. Anyways, it's
Well, at
good-
least we try to give him a heads up.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
But she-
Anyways,
she's right.
it's a good fucking movie. All right, go fucking watch it. It doesn't matter if you know the end. So fucking what?
Y'all don't
know
got
the-
shit to do.
You're gonna know the.
I know,
you
right?
know the end
Watch
of half
it.
the
I'm pretty
movies
sure
that are
I'm
come
pretty
out.
sure
Either
everybody's
somebody's
seen it
gonna
already.
Die,
I'm pretty sure they have.
somebody's
It's-
gonna fucking live.
It's a
Only
top 10
because
in
of
Netflix.
He's
Somebody's
in
gonna
it.
do
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
So cool. They set it up for a fucking sequel. I'm ready for it.
I'd watch it.
It was good, dude.
I-
and
they-
you know the little Indian boy who played
Is that his
Ovi?
Ovi?
Ovi? Is this his
Yeah.
first film?
I haven't seen him in anything. I'm pretty sure he's an Indian star. You know, in India, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's probably an Indian star, and they probably did their runs casting him, and you know they liked his work, and he got cast.
Yeah.
So, but I loved him. I liked his work that he did.
Jose, somebody broke these headsets. It wasn't me. I'm just letting you know.
Thanks for letting me know. How many stars are we giving Extraction? Is that what the movie's
Yeah.
called?
Extraction. Yes.
I'd say. What do we say they are? 4.
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
5
They're
stars,
5.
yeah.
I would
Five.
give him 5.
5.
Five.
Oh, you guys are very willy-nilly with 5 stars. Okay.
No, I'm saying it was good. It was well written.
It was that good, well written,
It
well
was.
directed,
You
mind
just
you.
gotta watch it. I
Yeah.
guess.
The director of this film was kind of his first big budget. Well, I mean, I guess you can call Netflix a studio. So
Who was the director? You said the director was in it.
the director is Sam Gavins.
But you said he was in it.
Yes, he's in the film.
He's a sniper.
He's the sniper.
He's a sniper.
He's the
okay.
one with the big beard.
See, I won't
Who
tell you.
Who
What
looks like
happens.
Elias from WWE.
I'm not gonna tell you what happens to him.
So, but he's in the film, and it's a good. And in the way that he shot it was good, and the hand-to-hand combat of how they shot those fight scenes, and how Chris Hemsworth pretty much worked his butt off like Keanu Reeves does with John Wick films. It was great, and like Ari Gold said, everybody's used to see him as Thor. It's very rare when you see him as something else or into a comedy, like in the Ghostbusters of the female version, or like
Men in Black.
Men in Black. Okay, that's
Yeah.
another one.
I fell asleep.
I didn't watch it. I didn't.
I fell
bother.
asleep. I'm not gonna lie.
it was okay.
I
don't
wanted
know.
But,
to
you
watch
know-
it because he was in it, but I was like, it looks
I don't
boring.
But that's
know
what-
if
that's-
he lived or
original.
died.
That's what gets into the
Did
film.
he
But
live?
most of the movies that he makes that are good, he dies.
Who?
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect it. Like
except for Thor.
in Red Dawn, spoiler alert, it's already been given away. Like in Red Dawn, just how the scene
If
goes,
you haven't fucking seen, that's ridiculous.
that's like pretty old.
You haven't watched it.
And you're the one.
You've been
I
living
like
under a rock.
history, no, just it's not even history.
I know. I was like, history. What are you talking about?
I know it has. nothing
So
to
I
do with
mean,
history.
it's good. And like in the scene in Red Dawn, you know, you don't expect what happens, and it happens. Like when
Yeah.
Amanda saw it for the first time, she literally bawled.
I was so mad.
She cried and she was upset. Like
I
she was like,
angry.
"You're Thor! What the? Like you could take a."
I was
It was
angry.
just-
That doesn't really count because she cries for a lot of movies.
No, it was good.
No,
it was
it
the
was-
scene. It was how they built up to it.
Mhm.
It was the when you
The-
when I watch a movie, I don't like to just watch. I mean, I don't know. I like
You go with an
I
open
like the
mind.
I get bored
story.
fast.
I like the storyline. I like the acting. I like where I like the plot.
You like the whole total
twist.
package.
Yeah, like it's gotta.
You
be,
want to have it
It's gotta
all.
be complete. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be a good film. It's gotta make me, you
Like-
know, feel things. If you haven't made me feel anything as an actor, if you haven't made me feel anything in this film, then you haven't done your job.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
like
I was gonna bring it up.
DC.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Green Lantern. You know what I mean?
Green Lantern. Yeah.
Oh, that movie was stupid.
It
Ryan Reynolds
sucked.
shot himself.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
Deadpool.
he's.
I
like,
love
no.
him, but that movie sucked.
Yeah, he knows it.
He knows it.
knows
He
it
knows it.
sucked.
He knew it.
He
He knew
knows.
it was a flop.
He knows
He
it's
knew it.
okay. You fuck up.
Look what he did in Deadpool. He fucking knew it.
Yeah, he knew. Like
That
it's
one's
okay.
badass.
It's okay. You know what I mean? Like you fuck up. So what?
I kind of
It's
like
okay.
the DC movies.
I don't.
They're
There's
hit and
3
miss,
good
dude.
ones.
It
They're
just
hit and
depends,
miss.
Yeah,
3
I
good
feel
ones.
like I'm about to get jumped.
you are. Just wait. Turn the cameras off.
No, go, Jose. Okay, tell us why. What?
I don't have any good reasons why. I just like superhero movies, and it's not like they're fucking it up like that bad. Like they're obviously not as bad as the Marvel movies. We can all agree on that.
No, because they have their fan base, of course. But the thing is that, like, for instance, they didn't need to do Batman versus Superman.
No, and for a coincidence of
trash.
someone's mom
Yeah.
being the same thing, and then just start fighting each other, it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. But whatever. We all
Yeah.
know what would happen if they're really gonna fight.
It's the
Superman just
mother's
rip them in
name.
half.
Mother's name.
Yeah, it's like Lauren or whatever her name is, Carolyn.
But see, that's-
that's Martha.
But that's the
Even
thing.
worse.
That's our complaint is that you can do so much more. You have the means. You have you have everything.
You have everything back, and you have
at your fingertips, and you give us trash.
It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like they have everything at their fingertips. if
well.
they
The
continue making
thing
this
is that
I mean, they've made
what
good
happens
films,
is
though.
the studio
studio has made
Warner
good
Brothers
films.
gets involved big
And then
time.
they fuck it up.
garbage. What's the best DC movie?
Out of all of them so far,
Sure, yeah.
shit, it's for me Shazam.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I
Shazam.
still
I
haven't
think
seen
Shazam
Shazam.
would be good. It should for me would be Shazam, Wonder Woman, and then Aquaman.
Oh, I love Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Those would be my top. It's
Mm.
back. It's back.
The fucking
The
fly.
Fly.
It's
Oh my god.
a good movie too.
I don't think it's the same one.
But yeah, they're like a hit and miss when it comes to that. And the thing, what their problem was at the time was that they were rushing out to compete with Marvel, and they didn't need to do that. I mean, you have the fans, especially of Superman and Batman. You got the fans, but you don't need to rush it out. But everybody's still dying to see Zack Snyder's cut to see what it really was. If that cut of the film can come out, I think we'll be singing a different tune, honestly. Because that was supposed to be, and you know who's Zack Snyder and his films are dark and gritty, especially like in 300, he was the director of that. He did Watchmen. So it was going to be dark and a gritty film, but the studio didn't want that. So that's what we got. And Warner Brothers has been hit and miss, and we'll see what happens when the Suicide Squad comes out, which I don't think is going to be a fucking miss at all because of the director and who they got.
I'm excited, but I'm kind of sad that Will Smith's not in it.
Wait, what?
Didn't he turn it down?
Nope, he ain't in it.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
He's
Nope,
not in it.
he's not in it.
Mm-mm.
Will Smith is not in.
We're just throwing another black guy in there, or are we writing him off?
It's
as a whole?
it's
What are we doing?
I don't-
Are we gonna pretend?
it's-
Are we
I
gonna
don't
cover
think-
that up? Are we CGIing it? Or?
I think we're gonna CGI with
Yeah, they covered up with like the mustache. It was beautiful. It was great.
it.
You just
No,
said it was
he's not in the film. He is
Let's
replaced.
get another one in there.
He's replaced by Easy Alba. So
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
see,
yeah.
look, we did. We just.
All right, we
threw
caught
another
that.
one.
it's another
It's a compromise.
It's a
Look at that.
compromise.
So,
But
are
he's
we
not.
gonna
He's not. I don't think he's playing Deathstroke.
Wasn't he?
Oh, okay. Well,
Wasn't he
come on.
making Aladdin at the same time? Right? When that happened?
No, they just shot. They just stopped shoot filming. Actually, they were already done in production.
No, but wasn't there a conflict? That's why he's not in it because he was shooting another movie.
No, he just didn't want to do it again.
I think he realized it
He
was trash.
he didn't.
I liked the first one.
I didn't like it.
I mean, if you really think about it, Will Smith has turned down a lot of films. For instance, he turned down The Matrix. He turned down Django. He turned down.
That was a stupid move on your part. Just saying.
You want to check this out? He turned down The
Will Smith.
Matrix to do Wild Wild West.
Hey,
And-
but I like Wild Wild West.
It was a hit.
is
I mean,
a
it was.
good
But not like The
it became a cult. But
It is
when
a
it came
good
out, it
movie.
was a flop.
But not
Yeah.
like The Matrix.
Not like The
yeah.
Matrix. Like
Well, I never saw The Matrix.
so.
What?
I
Yeah, she's
saw
never seen The
I never
Matrix.
saw The Matrix.
So there you go. There's a little spoiler alert for you.
Every movie you don't see, you're gonna take a drink. Can we get some?
Well, you were too.
Oh, I like
Red Dawn,
that.
new
I
and old for
like
her.
that. I'd be like on Trolls. I like that.
We can.
Oh,
speaking
speaking
of
of
that,
Trolls,
I saw that they banned or they're trying to ban the Universal movie.
nice,
Yes.
good. That's where I was going on to my next topic. AMC Regal Theaters are banning all Universal films.
Mhm.
Saw it, Reddit.
Because the
stupid.
reason why, and you know the funniest thing on this show, we've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks, and we finally got a good story that broke out that explained us what was the private numbers, right?
Yeah.
They were private numbers.
Yeah.
Those are private numbers. So what we gave to you a couple of weeks ago or last week of the, whatever, 1.2,
Two-
I think we said
2.5 million,
something
like that. It
Those
kind of was
were-
up a little bit more of about to 100 million to 200 million, around there
Yeah, that they had generated.
that they had generated from streaming,
Yeah.
from VOD. And Guilty, we bought it 4 times for our kids to watch it.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's that good of
Wait,
a
we
film.
got it 4 times?
We bought it 4 times.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, wait, we got it.
Yeah,
No, we didn't.
4 times.
Shut the fuck
When
up.
it first came out. Okay, and
Check
then
your bill.
I know I'm gonna have to. Marley's obsessed. She's like,
Dude,
Queen Bar,
she's like Queen Bar. Oh, rock. She's all back in
Yeah,
I
she.
heard
Yes.
it in the background the other day. I was laughing.
Yes,
That's
in
Marley.
the car, I'm like constantly listening to like
one more time.
Yeah,
We're
gonna
gonna
celebrate.
celebrate. Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, rock and roll, mom, rock and roll.
I'm like, oh
And then she goes
my
back to she goes like from
God.
techno to rock, techno to rock.
Yes.
Are they making another Matrix movie?
Yes, they are.
Yes, Joseph. They're making another Matrix movie.
They're making another.
Another Matrix movie. It's gonna be Matrix 4.
Keanu
Is he
is
gonna be in it?
like
Everybody's coming back.
Oh, okay, cool.
he is just he's immortal.
I love him.
He's a vampire. I'm telling y'all,
He's
dude. That man. He's a
immortal.
vampire.
He
dog.
doesn't age. Or
Him
anything.
and Nicolas Cage, they're immortal. No, have you seen those portraits of them?
Mhm.
Anyways, wait,
we're going off track.
Wait a minute.
So
We
going
gotta
back
go
to the movie
this.
theaters.
This is important, you guys. So the movie theaters and the people, the movie theaters themselves, the owners of the movie theaters
These
and
billionaires.
and all the corporate offices, Warner Brothers, Universal, all of these guys, Disney, they all got
have a
together.
contract,
They
though.
They have a
Mhm.
contract. Okay, now this is where the movie theaters are the ones who get the exclusivity for 3 months prior to the movies being released for everybody.
Right.
With Universal doing what they did with Trolls and with
And how much they
Invisible Man,
revenued
how
And
much they
maybe,
made.
maybe Fast and the Furious 9.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's
It's
the
a
thing.
maybe.
It's coming out next year and it's
Yeah.
supposed to hit theaters. That's one of their billion-dollar franchises. And no less that summer as well. The new Jurassic World is coming out next summer as well, which is also Universal, which is also one of the top billion-dollar
I think
franchises of all
So
time.
ban them idiots and you won't make any money.
Yeah, for those for
And
those
simple,
And
movies.
see, because the thing is
Yeah.
that there's still Universal
People
still
are
wants to put them in
still gonna-
theaters.
yeah.
They still want to put them in theaters and still put it on VOD.
Okay, but if
So they're
you-
gonna do both. Universal wants to do both, but the
It's-
theaters are saying no.
Okay, but it's stupid. Who's gonna lose out? Not the big corporations.
No,
Yeah,
but then see
movies are.
what I think what the big corporation don't realize is that people are still gonna go to the fucking movies, dude. People still love going to the movies
Yeah, because
till
you
this
get
day.
the fucking surround sound.
You
get
get that
dark,
movie
you get the snacks
experience.
and
Yeah.
shit.
People would
People
still
like
go.
that.
People still love that movie experience. I still do, and I like this new experience as well, where I get to watch in the privacy of my own home. I can crank it up to freaking how much as I want. If my phone goes off, who's gonna care?
Yeah.
If your
We're-
kid's screaming in the
just saying,
background,
Yeah.
We're parents. It is so. Do you know how? Okay, one experience that we had as parents, and I know all parents can experience, is going to a rated R movie with your infant newborn, like
Mhm.
2 weeks old. You haven't been out of the house in forever because you were stuck at home and you were pregnant and you were laying there and you were in pain and you couldn't move and you couldn't sleep and you're bloated and your feet hurt and you're fucking hungry and you want to
she's
go
not done
see
yet.
fucking Deadpool because it comes out and you just got out of the hospital on your fucking birthday. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Deadpool comes out 2 weeks later, so you take your 2-week-old baby who doesn't even fucking cry, for Christ's sake, has no idea what's going on. Don't judge me. And then they turn you away. They
Did
turn
because
you
she
away
was underage.
because she was underage.
But
Because-
yet,
What the fuck is she gonna do? Take notes?
exactly.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
but yet, when we got to go see Deadpool, we got a babysitter for her at the time. Kids were like, what? We heard a 3-year-old in there.
yeah,
There was like 2 or 3 kids in there who were just freaking literally watching the film.
Yeah.
And
and we had gotten turned away
For a
with
baby.
our,
So
with an infant.
after we had the baby, like a couple weeks later, we went to the movies too. No, keep in mind we had a sitter. We went to the movies. We ordered our drinks. We were chilling, waiting for the movie. And they're like, "It's gonna be a delay." Okay, cool. The power outage. Hour later. Oh, I'm sorry. We're still working on it. 30 minutes later. Oh, well, we're not gonna be able to show the movie. And it was a Joker that had just came out. We paid for it.
Did
We
y'all get
had
a refund?
sitters. We ended up getting not a refund, but the
Like
tickets
an
to
Like
the-
the
IOU.
IOU tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was so annoying. You had a sitter. We had our drinks.
Yeah.
We dropped money. We
Mhm.
spent our time there. Like
Yeah.
the only time that we had a sitter,
Mhm.
and like the only time I was okay with going out because I just had my kid and stuff, and I was just like, all right, okay, we have a sitter, let's go. And they're
And-
like, no, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, well, fuck you too then.
Yeah,
I'm
and see,
not
like,
coming
see,
back.
like the thing is that what, like I said, these billionaires don't realize is that you still have an audience that goes to the theater. You still have the teenagers that go to the theater.
They want to go make
You-
out, dude. They're gonna go fuck in the seats.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in their sperm. That's
Exactly.
disgusting.
I mean,
In
that's
your
what it
teenage
is.
jizz
It's
all over
Yeah.
the
it's either teenagers at night
or the
or the older
during
people
the
in the,
day.
in,
Yeah.
during the day.
Bring back those pornos where you used to sit in the film. Bring those back if you want to make some extra money. I bet
Smut
you.
films?
Yeah, the smut films.
Or you can stop being a bunch of dumbasses and put your part aside and make money and fucking be like, okay,
Just
cool,
do
you
it.
fucking
Okay,
aired
cool.
it.
Do it.
Universal, all I gotta say is I'm still gonna buy that shit in my house.
Everybody
I'm still
is.
gonna buy
Still
it.
gonna
I'm
fucking
still
watch
gonna buy
Everybody
it.
is. And
So
you know,
go
the funniest
ahead
thing
and
is that
generate your money.
I
'cause
think
I'll
there
give
might
it
be
to
even
you.
a protest to these theaters, to people like, we want to see them in the movie theaters. We want to have that movie
Oh,
theater
yeah.
experience.
They're
It's gonna
yeah.
come. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But they're close to your house,
It's gonna
convenience
happen.
and stuff.
I
where
want to
you're
know
not
what
gonna have
Jose
to
thinks
move.
about all this. He's a
I
younger
don't
generation.
even know what's going on. I don't
Oh,
know why.
shit.
You know, like I was gonna say, why is Universal not having movies in the movie theaters?
No, it's
They're banning them.
Yeah, Regal and AMC are
They're
coming together and
protesting.
banning it
Why?
It's a protest.
They're upset
because of the revenue that they're making of the VOD.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
They're upset.
Video on demand.
Universal went with video on demand for Trolls, so they made a bunch of money, and the movies didn't because they're shut down right now. So the problem is the Universal Studios made a shit ton of money, didn't have to share with anybody because there was no theaters open.
It's their own revenue.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's all their pocketing.
It's all their profit.
Yeah, it's all for them.
It seems as if this is going to be the beginning of the end for
Movie
movies.
theaters.
Yeah.
Bye bye Blockbuster.
Oh, after all that stuff that they
I
spend in
don't
and putting in a
think
bowling
so.
alley into it and an big old arcade into it, it's not. No,
I
the-
don't think
it's gonna
so.
happen. Theaters are gonna happen. Eventually, they're gonna come back to what movie theaters are. But the
We want
first
to
thing,
hear from you guys. Y'all let us know what you think.
whoever's
about this.
who, yes, exactly. Who's
whoever's
ever
tuning in,
watching
let
right
us
now, tell us
know.
what y'all think about
Are
this.
you gonna go to the movies? Are you gonna be, are you gonna be a couple of parents, you want to go out sometimes? You know
I'm
what I
still
mean?
gonna fucking go. I don't care.
Like if you
I'm
you
gonna go
know
to the
what I mean?
drive-in.
That
oh
was
yes,
like,
I would go to the drive.
her experience was like a super inconvenient experience. Our experience is super inconvenient as well.
Mhm.
But those are real life situations as parents, in real life, whatever. And you can't get out to go to the movies. Why is it like a punishment that you have to wait that long to see a fucking movie? It's like a punishment. It's like, haha, well, bitch, I couldn't get out. Like, I got kids, I got responsibilities.
We
Mhm.
ended up having to order the movie on PlayStation because I was like, when are we gonna have time to get a sitter and then
Yeah.
go back and make time again? And then if this shit happens again, then what?
Yeah, and that's why VOD has been so convenient, and I
Yeah.
think it's because of the parents of the world, especially of our generation, who loved going to the movies, but yet still even had the convenience of watching it at home, where your kids are in the other room playing or having their own fun or watching the movie with you.
When you're actual
their own
responsible
home.
parents.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
but the thing is that I think like these billionaires, it's their whole deal with the exclusive rights deal thing that the theaters have to the studios of the world.
Because they have a contract. Yeah.
That's it.
But then again, you have to take in
Exclusivity.
consideration something like this has never happened.
Yeah.
So
No.
you can't really, I mean, yes, you could hold them accountable because there's the legal document, a binding legal document, but there's always a loophole.
But that's why they're like, well, we're doing both. What does it matter? Once you guys come back on board, you're still getting the fucking movie. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and if they're the only ones who are doing it, it's not like, Disney went out and did it. It's not like anybody
No.
else went out and did
Yet.
it. Disney, all they did was they put out their
Disney has their own
movie
streaming
early.
service.
That's what I'm saying.
They did it with Onward. Onward
Yeah.
was out for like a week or two, and then of course this whole pandemic started.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then-
we saw it in the movie theater.
Yeah, we did. We
We
saw
went
it
to
in the
go
movie.
see
We
it.
went to go see it in the
We
movie
took
theater.
our kids,
Mhm.
and our 3-year-old was running around and acting like a wild person. But you know what? When we sat her down and we took her at home to watch Trolls, she sat there.
Got a
and
question? Do we have a question up there?
Elson Sandoval.
Universal said that they still plan to release movies at the theater, but also with the success of Trolls, They are open to releasing some movies
Right.
only on VOD, which I feel is a smart move for them. AMC is a garbage theater. Like, who goes to AMC? Alamo Drafthouse is better.
That's true. Who goes there?
No, I don't. We go to Regal.
Yeah, we go to Regal. I don't go to.
I go to.
We go to
San
Regal or
Diego.
we go to,
Santikos.
yeah, we'll even go to Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah, we go to Alamo
I've been to the
Draft
Draft
House,
House,
and of
yeah,
course
a lot of
the Northwest 14. We go to the
Mhm.
Mayan.
I've
you
never-
know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
all
go to the
Seagulls
Mayan.
and that's all Regal.
You guys
and-
should rank movie theaters in San Antonio.
We should.
right, can do that
I
next
actually
week.
like.
I like that. We can do it next week.
Casablanca.
That is my movie theater.
Oh, is it?
I
My
live
mom,
down the
yeah,
street.
Well,
I
for
own
us
it.
inner city kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, we fancy.
Yeah. Hey, dollar movie theaters. You
Shit.
still have my heart.
Hell yeah. Cinema
Back in
16,
the
especially with their
day.
new
But
recliners.
they're not
They're not dollar
movies
anymore. They're like $5.
yeah.
It's still cheaper than going to
It
the
is.
regular movies.
I remember Jose, I know you're not from here. You're this
Accurate, and I'm a baby.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're happy. So this movie theater was so cool. It was like neon.
Dude, it was the 90s theater,
Yeah.
It was,
bro.
like,
And everybody knows
checkered.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, and there was like all
That was the
they
theater.
have the coolest uniforms.
It's by
I-
Sam.
Do you remember the uniforms there? Like they were all like those shiny, like
Yeah,
But that was
their
like-
bow tie that they had
yeah,
with their
I always
vests.
wanted to work there when I was a kid. I was like, that looks
I wanted to work in the
cute.
arcade.
Yeah,
because it
That's
was all
so
black
cool.
lighted out, all freaking neon.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
I haven't been there since they updated it though.
It's nice.
I need to
It's
go.
it's
It
really
was
nice.
cool. We
It's
went.
nice.
We went to go check it out.
The arcade's still the same
Yeah.
size of the arcade.
But did they update it?
Yeah, it's updated with new
Yeah.
games and stuff. It's like a modern with that 90s vibe.
It sucked
You
afterwards.
feel it, dude.
because
Seriously.
It
Yeah.
needed the revamp.
Mhm.
because
Well,
it
yeah,
fell
because they
off.
wasn't making that much business
Yeah.
and that much revenue. But
I
since
wish they would go back just a little, just like modernize, like go
Yeah.
back to the
Mm.
original, just modernize it a little bit. Just 'cause
go
it's
back
so
to that black and
cool.
white tile of that like old school 50s
Yeah.
floor,
It was really cool. I liked
black
it.
and white. That was dope.
Andrew, can you do me a favor and create a drive-in in San Antonio and make all of the money?
Dude, I would love to go reopen the Mission Drive-In, bro.
That was fucking badass.
Yes.
That's what I would love to go do. It's granted they still has the original theater and they still use it to watch films, but it's not an actual drive-in anymore. But they still have the original very first screen.
Yeah, you could go
Um,
make a bunch of money if you just did that. That'd be really cool. if you
Yeah.
could.
I remember going with my dad and my brothers and opening the back of the truck and chilling. You got pizza and all kinds
You bring
of
what you want. It's
stuff.
BYOB.
I wonder if they
Bring
do
whatever.
lose money though, only because like people like us.
No, I mean if when you go to the drive-in in New Braunfels, you see how many people are still going to the concession stand. So
I
they're,
would-
th're not losing any.
I would
Jose, have
actually
you been to the
open
drive-in
one.
out there?
Yes, I have. That's
never
why I'm
been
saying
there.
I don't want to
Okay.
drive
Yeah, you don't want to drive all the
45
way.
minutes to an hour to
Yeah.
go watch a movie that in this two movies. In
Yeah.
the second movie, my ass is gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah,
Not unless the
haven't
movie
been
you want to
there.
watch.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I wanted to watch Wolverine, the new one where he dies or whatever. Spoiler
Logan?
alert. Yeah.
Logan,
Spoiler alert.
Guess what?
Hey,
My ass
Amanda.
fell asleep halfway through that, and I woke up with Wolverine with a bunch of fucking shit through him. I was like in a shock.
He dies. What? That was the whole film.
Literally, I woke up and
think
I was
I
like,
would
"Who is
open
this
one.
woman? Like, what is this happening?"
It would
I
make
would
money.
open one with a
especially the-
concession stand and CBD.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm just saying, you'll be chilling, you'll be eating, you'll be watching a movie.
Hey, we're just giving you the tools, Andrew. This is for you to make.
If it was,
Man, if
If it
I have a
was legal-
banker out there, let me know because
we
I got a
need, we
good
need some
lot.
business
I know,
partners.
yeah.
Just saying.
We need a banker. Anybody interested?
Anybody
Yeah.
in finance?
Let me tell you, all of the kids
And I
will
know a
wanna
great
lose their virginity
architect.
there.
all the kids will what?
All the kids will want to lose their virginity there. That's the spot.
Oh my god, it'll be
Come
Jizz,
on.
Teen Jizz City. That's
and
what
you
we'll
won't
call
have
it.
to clean it up because it's in
It's
their
in their
car.
car.
That's there you go.
And it's still social distancing.
Jizz in.
Like,
There
what
you
are we
go.
doing? Like,
is
this
it?
is
What
so
is
easy.
that?
your
Do
ear.
I really?
That's what you're getting here.
Well, those were messed up
Those are the-
already. These are the ones I was having problems with
Oh my god.
for this long, and you just do it now.
Well, you guys tell us your thoughts on this. If they're not going to be showing any Universal movies
That's
whatsoever,
so much
let us know and tell us on this situation that's going on or that's going to be happening once eventually these theaters start opening. I know something's supposed to open up a Friday, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing the home thing, and I'm pretty sure so these gals as well. So
Let's just say she had her headset on wrong, and she said she couldn't hear us, but her
No, I couldn't.
earpiece was the wrong way.
this was Amanda to have the show. If you can see,
I can't hear, but now it's so much better.
now it's so much better. She's like, I can hear from both ears, guys.
I can't
She's
Revelations have been made.
breathe.
She's like
All
not
right,
the
take a
brightest
deep
crayon
breath.
on
Take
the
a deep
box.
breath. Take a deep breath. Relax.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so remember how last week we brought up if you Disney wanted to make live action films, what would you want to
Yes,
see?
I saw it on your thing, Hercules. I saw it. I done seen it.
Yes.
And what's crazy is the Russo brothers too,
Oh my God.
who are going to be pretty much producing, and also the writer is also part of the Marvel clan as well, who wrote the new script for Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. So, would you guys want to see Danny DeVito back as Phil?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
You
What
can't
else
have
has he
someone
done?
else come back.
Right. Would you want to see
I'm just
Danny DeVito come
saying.
back as Phil?
I would.
And this is literally breaking news, y'all. This story broke like a couple of hours ago.
Danny, I'm begging you. If you see this, somebody share this, please. I'm begging
Hashtag
you.
Danny DeVito as Phil. Hashtag it.
Come
Yeah,
on.
you
Bring it
can't-
back.
You can't replace him.
You guys a fur wedgie. Bring it back.
Who for
Who do you think for Hercules?
for Hercules?
Oh, that's fucking tough.
You can't do The Rock because you already
Liam.
did it.
Liam Hemsworth.
Why
Do
would
Who's
you
another
the
want-
brother?
Do
If you're
another
going-
Hemsworth.
If
Do
you're going,
throw
yeah. I
another
mean, if they want to
Hemsworth
go
in
that
there.
route
I would
because
say
of the
yeah.
skinny version of Hercules and
Yeah.
stuff and how he can bulk up. Yeah,
If
Liam.
it was
Liam
back
can
Tom
do
then-
that.
Holland or even Tom Holland.
No, he's too
No,
short.
he's too
He's too
small.
I think
small.
he could bulk up for
No.
it.
No, he's too short.
Yeah,
think so?
no.
Hercules is like a 6-foot dude.
I would
I
say
look older than
if
Tom
it
Holland.
was back in the day,
Yeah, you do.
if it was back in the day
Sorry.
in his prime, I would say Gerard Butler.
Ooh.
That'd be
Back
a
in
good
his
one.
prime, Gerard Butler.
I mean,
Yeah.
like
Look
how
at
he won
300.
300. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I like Liam. I can see.
Who else?
Fuck, dude.
I volunteered Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay, I
Or-
like that.
Or back in his prime too, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt back then.
He was Achilles. I can't see him. He was Achilles. No, I can't.
If you didn't have that mindset,
Either way, I'm sorry. I just see he was Achilles.
I
he
don't
was
know. I
Achilles.
don't think he. No, yeah, he can be funny. Never mind. Yeah, he can be funny.
Who?
Brad.
Yeah.
He can be funny.
I mean, he was on Deadpool too.
I'm really thinking about this. I'm like
Fight Club.
really.
But
But I'm thinking about the new actors that are coming up, like the newer generation. Like
Hammer. I can see
who?
Hammer. What's his name?
That's a
Fuck.
tool, not a person.
Yeah,
What are we talking-
No. He's the one who did the Lone Ranger. He's the one who came out in that. Fuck, what's his first name? Look it up for me, somebody.
What is it?
Look up the Lone Ranger with
I'm
Johnny
just-
Depp.
I'm just seeing a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
love
hammer
Johnny
tools. I don't know what I'm supposed to look
Depp.
up here. You know,
oh my
What are you looking, ball
Johnny
peens?
Depp.
Lone Ranger movie.
He's like one of my top 5 actors.
Johnny Depp.
Just saying.
Yeah.
have you ever talked with your top 5 actors on this show?
No.
No, I don't think
I've been
so.
thinking about doing that segment. It's hard for me to pick my top 5.
Army Hammer.
There you go.
No, not this guy.
No.
Jose, can you get a
No.
picture? It's Army Hammer.
I don't
Isn't
think
that
so.
the
wait a minute.
Bleach?
Look,
What are
he's
we
not
talking
even
about? We were
there.
talking about hammers. Now we're talking about Arm and Hammer.
Ar-
That's his
Arm
name,
and
Arm and
Hammer.
Hammer, for real.
Isn't he part of the Arm and Hammer family where they're like rich off of the Arm and Hammer brand?
No. I don't
No,
think he's.
I
I don't think he's part of that.
There's an actor.
There's an
who's
actor.
part
I don't know
of
if it's
them.
him though.
No, I don't see him. I'm sorry.
Man,
you know who
it's
I can see?
hilarious.
Okay,
No.
you know who I can see
Who?
playing one of the Sarsgaards playing Hercules,
Skarsgård.
the older brother.
Skarsgård brothers.
Let me tell you, I put in Arm and Hammer on the thing, and it definitely came up too. So that's a really tough name, but that's also hilarious. Shout out to that
No.
guy's parents.
Who can you guys see
These
playing
guys
Hercules?
are too old.
Right? That's a better
Yeah.
question. Who do you think
Yeah.
can play Hercules?
Tell us.
Who do you guys think? I mean, Liam's a good. I think Liam's a good choice.
He's a good actor.
But I can't think of anybody else, dude. I'm trying to think. And
Ooh, what about the kid that plays Hook? what's his?
Oh,
from
from Disney
Descendants.
Descendants. Okay.
His name's Thomas Doherty.
Yes.
The one
Daugherty?
that's
Daugherty?
Daugherty.
the girl's boyfriend.
Yeah,
the
Cameron's
Dove Cameron.
boyfriend.
I think he might be able to get away with it.
He's skinny
He's
like
skinny.
Tom Holland, but I think he can
He's
bulk
tall.
up because he's got the broad shoulders. Or even Ben.
What about Taylor Lautner?
No, he's
Mm.
oh,
Why don't
bye.
I see Taylor
Bye.
Lautner? You stay in your little cave.
For real.
If you bring out another abduction, maybe you can come out.
Yeah, I like Abduction.
Yeah.
Abduction was good.
But if you're not gonna get me into that shit, then I don't want to see you. Stay where you're at.
What about this guy?
Who's that guy?
John
The guy from The Office.
John
Office.
Kirkensing.
Yeah.
Kirkensing. John Kirkensing.
Oh,
Krasinski, there you
one
go.
From Jake Ryan.
John-
I
well,
still
actually,
haven't
okay.
seen Jack Ryan.
John
Jake Ryan.
Krasinski is in We're All Praying, and he's lined up with playing Mr. Fantastic for Marvel movies because he was actually first to be Captain America.
That's right.
You know, I
So-
can't get Jim out of my head when I see him, so I'm out on him as being Hercules.
I was thinking Chris Evans,
Yeah.
but I can't see past him as Captain America.
I would rather see Chris
Mm.
Evans as my Captain American Hercules than
Oh.
Jim from The Office as Hercules.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't know, but he plays some pretty good roles though.
He's good on Jack Ryan.
I haven't seen it.
Or the other movie,
There's
the
good reviews about it.
where they're in
I
the
haven't seen it.
war or whatever, and he's trying to save. What is it?
Isn't that Jack Ryan?
12 hours or
Oh, 13 hours.
Are all of his
Yeah,
things the
he was
same?
in-
Is
he
he
was in
just
that one.
saving people and like
13 Hours, where that Michael Bay one, that DVD that I bought that long time ago. I was like,
Where-
oh, I want to see it.
where they have to like defend
Yeah, I
the
said that.
embassy.
Yeah, it's like an
whatever,
American embassy, and they're like somewhere in the part of some type of within
like
some-
Afghanistan or
yeah,
something.
Middle East. And he was
Sounds
like
familiar.
the head of the SEAL team.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but I mean, I just can't wait to see that live Hercules. That's gonna be dope. I really hope they do bring back Danny DeVito as Phil. You can't see nobody else. When it comes to the Russo brothers,
no
they
way.
know how to direct movies, so I can actually see them making this movie legit. So I'm excited, and that's one of my movies that I said last week. So check.
You
Um,
literally did just
yeah, I
say
literally
that.
just said that last week. It was nuts, and this story would just actually broke today. But before this story actually broke, it was a story that was a rumor that the Russo brothers was talking about making it, and then
Oh, wow.
boom,
And then it happened.
then it happened today.
That's crazy. And we also even said last week that the movie industry was going to change for
Yep.
probably ever.
Damn it,
You
dude.
heard it here first.
Damn, we're like the Simpsons.
Did you? My
You with
God.
Braun Strowman on
Yes.
WrestleMania was the
Yes.
first one.
And remember, I said if you guys didn't wash your hands, remember what happened? We went to quarantine.
Ah.
Jose,
Jesus.
right?
I was here, yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
happened.
but before we go to break real quick, a little bit of side note I want to go ahead and throw in there since it's throwback on Throwback Thursday, Space Jam.
Oh,
Yay!
We all grew up with Space Jam, of course, with Mike, MJ, but the new Space Jam is with King James.
I don't think
and-
that's fair, but whatever. We won't
it's
go there.
gonna be. I don't know. You can't replace MJ.
But what's crazy about it's pretty much the whole concept of the original Space Jam, from what I've been hearing, and it's called Space Jam: New Legacy.
Maybe they're gonna have a pandemic,
So,
and NBA will get closed again.
Well, side note.
That's right.
I
They put on the
watched-
gas mask and everything, and they shut down the NBA on the original Space Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, high five on that one,
Remember,
sister.
Because it was that.
So
Yeah, it could be the Viz and the
NBA
butter
has
snatch.
been shut
That
down
was
before.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Don't forget. It's happened.
Damn.
I
Before.
would say I watched the thing with Stephen A. Smith, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's fucking hilarious."
Oh, I love Stephen A.
I was
too.
like,
do you
he
are
talks
you
so
have
much
you been
trash.
watching The Last Dance?
I watch. I used to watch him all the time when he was with the other guy, the white guy. What's his name?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they were always fucking talking shit to each other. And I was like,
I love Stephen A. Dude, he does it like it is, dude.
yeah, but you
I love
can't
Stephen A.
compare. Like he said, you can't compare LeBron James to Michael Jordan. When
No.
Michael Jordan did so much work to get these players where they're at now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it wasn't for him, y'all wouldn't be getting paid shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
pretty
wouldn't
much.
be
He
treated
put
the
the
way you
NBA
are.
on the map, and he's the one who came in. Because you got to remember when he first came into the league, he was the one who had the colored shoes. Everybody was just wearing plain white shoes.
He set the standards. He
Yeah.
said like
Mhm.
so.
he was like the role model.
But yeah, we'll be right back here on the film. We'll go ahead and take a little quick break coming at you. We're gonna be talking about the little sports side. We'll be right back.
Palmas.
live at you here at Southtown 101 here at Pub Sports Radio Studios. Gonna go ahead and jump right into this. Of course, if anybody hasn't seen or read the story yet about the very own San Antonio Spurs getting sold or trying to get sold, majority ownership is trying to get sold.
So who wants to pitch in with us?
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
that's what we
wanna
were talking
buy
about.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, those who were watching, you were kind of getting a little behind the scenes.
We have
um,
$5 combined.
Okay, there you go. Who wants to jump in? I mean, if you really think about it, you can put a bid in
you could.
for majority ownership for the Spurs.
You could.
So you can. So if you want to put in, hey, you got 10 grand in your back pocket, say I want to throw in 10 grand. If it gets rejected, it gets rejected. You get your money back.
If
I
you
knew a
got,
few.
like,
I knew a few rich people.
you got like 1,800 extra.
Yes, Selena Gomez knows some people.
$1,000,000. Oh, there
Shut
you
up.
go. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ari Gold knows.
we
some
should hold a fundraiser and say Selena Gomez is gonna come. See?
people.
Look
She
at
can be an
that.
owner.
She's gonna fucking sue y'all. That's what she's gonna do.
Whatever, they're related.
Nobody tags Selena Gomez.
They're related.
Can she?
So, okay.
Can she Zoom with us? Can like y'all tag her so we can Zoom with her?
Maybe
Try.
someday.
I ain't the whiz behind the board.
I think we're too poor. for
Yeah,
her
of
to-
course.
Yeah.
If you, of course, if she wants to join onto the show, I will find a way for Selena Gomez to definitely join our
Somebody
program.
get her.
There you go.
Somebody talk to her agent.
She could definitely
Ari.
slide into the DMs.
Talk
whenever
to her
Gold.
peoples.
I love it.
I don't know if she's that cool or like dumb
I
enough
think-
to slide into DMs because screenshots.
I think she would.
Selena, I promise.
So,
I will tell
okay.
a soul.
I
Except
will
for
tell
everyone
a
on.
soul.
Pulse
Okay,
Radio.
so we know from what I read on this story, and this is what's crazy about the NBA market. Let me check some here's some numbers for you. The Spurs are worth $1.8 billion, have won 5 championships within the last 20 years. The number one team of earnings in the NBA, the New York Knicks.
Interesting.
$4.8 billion. And they haven't won an NBA championship since the 70s. Last time they were in the NBA finals was against 1999 against our own San Antonio Spurs.
It's just because they're in New York.
That's the
That's
market.
the only
That's the thing. So here's the
reason.
question. Whoever buys the majority of this stake,
Will they
staying
move the Spurs?
or are they going?
I don't think
You
they
guys
move
tell us your
it.
thoughts. I'm going to ask these ladies right now.
I don't think they would. You have so much history here. I don't think they would.
But when you get that new owner who wants to make money and he's not in the market,
I mean, it depends on what their contract says. Is the contract gonna say like they have to stay
Stay here
in
for
San
so many
Antonio?
years.
The whole set. I mean,
well,
If they were
that's
gonna
what
be
that's
true to
what
the
that's what
fans and-
that's what the statement has been said, and a lot of statements have been said that they said that about San Diego Chargers, and look where they're at. They're in LA. They said that about Oakland Raiders. Look where they're at. They're in Vegas.
That's stupid.
I'm just saying.
Pop won't let it happen.
I'm just saying.
Pop won't let it happen.
Oh, Pop will be gone.
Pop won't let it happen.
All this administration will probably be gone when this happens.
I have good
Timmy,
news-
we need you.
I was gonna say, I have good news and bad news for you guys, I guess. I guess it's both good news.
Okay.
Shams tweeted out that it's a minority stake, so
Right.
that's good. And the owners said that they're committed to keeping San Antonio Spurs and San Antonio and all that stuff.
Yes, I'm
That
is what
saying.
they're saying
That's
now.
what I'm saying. But owners have said that in the past with the Raiders. With it just happened recently with the
Nope.
San Diego Chargers, with the Oakland Raiders.
I
It
think
just happened
they'll-
recently.
if they do have to stay,
If-
they'll stay whatever the contract says, and then if they want to move it, I think they'll move.
But the only thing that I think this is what get somebody to move.
I think
Anybody.
this is Texas, and if they try to take our Spurs, that we don't
We
call
shoot
911.
I'd be the asshole. I think the Spurs. I would move the Spurs.
You
Uh,
would.
Your
The only
opinion doesn't
person
doesn't
that
count.
would, I'm just saying, and they would leave if they have that state of the art
I'm sure they would.
stadium.
They would.
Just like
Yeah.
how San Diego left
Yeah.
to do LA. They had that state of the art stadium. Just how freaking they're now the Las Vegas Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders.
drop
See,
the Oakland.
I know, right? I can't even drop it yet. But they have that brand new stadium. It's $1 billion stadium. If somebody would build it, they will come. Is what I'm saying.
There's 2 teams in Texas already.
It's
It
3.
just there's 3, but
Get
we're
it
not counting the Spurs here in this scenario. Seattle needs a team. I personally would move New Orleans.
I would take
and-
Oklahoma back up there.
Yeah, I would move New Orleans and Oklahoma over the Spurs first, but it makes sense why they would consider moving the Spurs.
I don't.
It's the market. It's the market. It's just the
Yes.
market.
That
That's
is
what
it.
it is.
I think, yeah, true, but I think that would upset a lot of people here.
I think.
Oh hell yeah, we would go in a riot,
Yeah.
dude. We would fucking protest up the ass to the NBA to not allow this to happen. They've been here since the Dallas Chaparrals, bro.
They're
and since
but
the ABA.
I mean
Since
the
Hemisphere
But
Arena.
the Spurs organization itself is so involved in the community.
Yep.
It's
It is.
very,
It is.
It's very
it's
involved in
built
the community.
into this city.
Yeah,
They are
They're
for the past 45 years since they've
They
been
give
here.
back, they help.
Yeah.
They do a lot.
They do a lot.
I
Yes.
think it would be, if it were to happen, first off, it would be a very long time away, many eons away.
Mhm.
And again, there would have to be a lot of money involved.
Like a hell of a lot of money.
And I
A
mean, they're worth
lot.
they're worth 1.5 billion.
No, it has to be like way more than that.
That's
That's
how
what
much
they're
they're
worth.
worth.
That's their
Yeah, but
worth.
I'm saying like
They would get
it
3.
would have to be like way more than that to move them, to uproot them from what they're doing here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And not to mention they have to have that brand new stadium. Whoever the majority the
I feel
owner
like
is.
I feel like even our players. I feel like our player, even we don't have we may not have Timmy anymore or whatever, but we still have Patty. I mean, we still have
Oh, I was gonna wear his jersey today.
I'm on Patty, that's about it.
Well, I mean,
You
we
know
have
what I
also
mean?
DeJounte and also with all these
Yeah.
young Spurs,
But
these
they're
these
younger,
young
so
guns
They
that I
don't
call them.
stay, though.
Patty it has, he's played with Timmy before. He's played with
Oh
Murray
yeah,
before.
Patty's
played
been
with-
here
so
since
he
already
knows-
been here for 10 years. He's
He
been here
knows
since
the
2010.
love
I
that the
don't think he's gonna be here
organization has. You know what I mean? I don't think that
Yeah, he'll probably be gone probably
I
next
don't-
season and the season after that.
I don't feel like
This
the
is last year of his
players
contract.
I don't feel like the past players,
Yeah,
I don't
that
feel
too.
like the now players would allow it to happen.
I don't think so either.
I don't think I think that they would be like, no, like we're not gonna. I would hope, because us as fans, we root for you guys when you lose. We root for you guys when you win, no matter what. I mean, you have people waiting there at the airport for you.
For
I mean,
No more
Yeah.
baseline bums,
Hours,
dude.
yeah.
Imagine that. No more
Yeah.
baseline bums, and
That
that
would be
baseline bums
sad.
have been there since the beginning.
and the little old lady, the one with all her Spurs,
Who's
stuff,
always there at
She's
every
Uh-huh.
always there. You know what I mean? Like, you have diehard fans here. Like,
They've
San
been here
Antonio
since the
Spurs
beginning.
Are
Yeah.
the best fans, and that's hands down. Spurs have the best fans.
Yeah, we don't set cars on fire when we win
Or
championships.
jerseys.
Yeah, really. We have.
I
the
don't
best
know.
fans.
The Kawhi jerseys were lit aflame.
Yeah,
We
but that's
don't
all the
talk
Trump
about him.
supporters.
He wasn't here. Yeah,
I have
probably.
his jersey.
That's all the Trump supporters who can actually afford to do that.
Yeah, I don't.
That's stupid though. Why are you burning something that you spend money on, idiots?
It's dumb.
Donate it. Fuck.
It's dumb. But I mean, you guys let us know. Tell us your thoughts. Whoever's watching right now, or tell us your thoughts later when you watch this episode. Are they going to stay? Are they going to go? Or the majority, whoever this person is, who owns the majority of the Spurs, is you going to keep the word, as Peter Holt said, that they're going to stay true to San Antonio and to the Spurs fans and to the organization that they have.
I say they'll stay.
Yeah.
I think so too. But as I'm saying, I'm playing the devil's advocate of both sides to get them to leave San Antonio for the Spurs organization to become something else. I'll tell you one thing: they ain't taking the Spurs name. That's for
Nope.
damn sure.
No, that
They're
won't go.
not taking the name.
No.
The Seattle Spurs doesn't have that ring to it.
Seattle's
It's
boring.
not gonna
Nobody
happen.
Seattle.
No, they'll take the organization, but they ain't paying for the fucking name. That's for damn sure.
Spurs. I don't like that.
It sounds ugly.
I-
It's not gonna happen.
I
It
kind of
doesn't
want to
even
hear
make
these
any sense.
rumors.
It's
I want these
because
rumors
Seattle
to
still has the
escalate.
rights to the Supersonics.
I want these rumors to escalate.
I want there to be more rumors and stuff. I want it to
Okay.
turn around.
Here's
so
a
people can start
okay.
getting
Let's
angry.
start one. What city would they go to? You really think they go back to Seattle or would they go to Las Vegas?
Seattle. Well, Las Vegas. There's been a trend with San Antonio teams. in Las Vegas.
Exactly. The stars are there now.
That would
the
be the
Aces.
Yeah.
funnier. That would be a lot funnier because like
And there's so and check this out. Its colors are silver and black. Who's silver and black that just got there? Oh, the Raiders.
man, how funny would that be? No, I think it's Seattle, and then
They already got a
Las
hockey
Vegas.
team in Vegas too, who almost won the Stanley Cup.
They got fucking everything in Vegas.
They're getting every major sport.
They even
Yeah,
have
but that's a big,
marijuana.
like, they have a lot of
Yeah.
people go there. That's why.
Well, yeah, it's a big old tourist attraction, but
Mhm.
they didn't have any major sports.
It was a party city.
The very first major sport event ever, besides UFC and boxing and all that, outside of that was the freaking All-Star game of the NBA.
mob
Yeah.
is gonna take the Spurs from us. That's what's
basically,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
So
The mob is taking the spurs
Don't
from
take
you.
them.
Al
it's either
Capone's gonna be the
if that
GM.
happens Seattle or Vegas,
Leave us alone.
And
I would
Vegas-
say Vegas,
Vegas
would be number one.
can pay.
Yeah, because they got money.
Yep, and they
Got
have
the
land.
arena.
They have land.
We
They have all that desert.
We have the
Oh, shit's
Alamo.
in the land.
We have the
Oh.
Alamo.
Who goes there?
God dang it, darn tootin'. We got the
Who
Alamo.
goes there?
It's a ninth wonder of the world. Why not?
Let me tell you,
One of them.
never heard of the Alamo until I came to San Antonio.
Oh
so-
We
my
know, we
God,
know.
are
It's
you
not part of their history.
So,
Well, I
anyways,
think every state does their
It's
own.
different, yeah.
They do their own history.
Very
yeah, they
much.
do.
Yeah.
Very much so. But since we were talking about the draft last week when it was going on, and I only got to see the first round pick, and you got my thoughts on that. And I also want to get Mr. Josie's back there thoughts on his Jets of the draft.
I
Did
was.
they fulfill your needs?
I was very interested in watching all the girlfriends there.
Good.
Except the one that got the phone taken away.
that was CD Lamb's
Oh,
chick,
and
dude.
the girl, the mother-in-law, ripped her away out of the
That
Out of the
was
shot.
funny.
out of the yeah.
That you know the
That
the
was
funniest
funny.
the day after the draft, that was most talked about. Not the players that were picked or whatever. It was
Yeah.
It
because
was
of
on
those.
ESPN.
Yes,
I
dude, they
saw
were
that.
talking about that all fucking day
Yeah.
after the draft.
Yeah. Because what else is going on in the world?
that was TV.
Trolls.
That was live TV.
I'm gonna
That
watch
was live TV.
Queen
man.
Barb is coming for your strings. Hide them.
So I kind of like how the Cowboys went on the draft. Yeah, they got CeeDee Lamb. He was a best available player at the time, but of course, in the second and the third round and the fourth round, they fulfilled their needs. They got their cornerback in Tavon Diggs from Alabama, who is the I think he's a cousin of Trayvon Diggs, who is the receiver from the Vikings.
Everybody's related somehow.
And
some way.
fun fact, CeeDee Lamb is the guy who ripped away the phone from the girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
I was waiting for that.
If you haven't seen it yet, it's fucking
It
funny.
was really funny.
And
And,
I-
then she went and she like twittered about it. And she was
Mhm.
like, I was just doing the girlfriend thing, trying to answer his phone. Like she had to go and like tell everybody like what
No,
she was
bitch, you
doing.
probably got beat
Because
up
she says
afterwards.
it. She says it was his agent FaceTiming him, and he was gonna answer it for her.
He was about
She
to
was-
Ray.
Oh, she was gonna answer for him.
He was
Yeah.
about to Ray Rice her.
Yeah.
Check that reverse. Yeah, live. Did you see the mom, dude?
Yeah.
The mom
She
reaction.
was laughing.
She was all,
Oh my god.
"Well, you're gone.
Yep.
Next."
Nah.
The scouting report says strong hands for CD Lamb.
Ah,
There you go.
nice.
He had a lot of practice.
Oh my
Touche,
god.
bro. Touche. But all in all, I think they had a great draft. They drafted 2 cornerbacks. They got their offensive lineman to basically replace Travis Frederick, who is actually from Wisconsin University. Tyler Basley, I think that's his name, from Wisconsin in the 5th round. So I give them all in all overall, I give them pretty much an A. They got their needs. They got who they needed. And to see what these rookies can do if this season comes around.
I hope so. Shit.
So we still don't know. They already talked about playing in an empty stadium, which I don't fucking mind because
I don't care
watch it at home
either.
anyway. So it don't matter to me.
that just means we
Yeah.
don't have
But
to spend
what-
money to buy tickets.
Yeah.
That and all the season ticket holders and all the revenue that they're going to be losing too at the
yeah.
stadium. So we don't know yet, but we'll see how that goes in down the road. And also, we're probably going to talk about next week is the documentary of The Last Dance. So I want to get everybody's thoughts on that next week. That's going to be one of my main topics because it's already going to be on episode, I think, this is 6 and 7,
5 and 6.
5 and 6 this week, right?
Yes.
5 and 6, and then all right, perfect. So I
Have
want
you?
everybody's thoughts on that. So do your homework, ladies.
I haven't seen it.
If you have ESPN,
I have
you
homework.
can watch
A lot of
it.
homework.
Yeah.
My psychology teacher's probably like, get the fuck off of there. You should be catching him.
Oh shit, she's in trouble.
Oh, fuck.
Here's a tease.
Well, thank you for watching, psychology teacher.
A tease for the Last Dance talk. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of the Jordan mystique. Like I hadn't seen their opening or their intro with the music and all that stuff. So everyone's like, "Oh man, I wish I was a kid figuring all this stuff out for the first time." I am the kid that is figuring it all out for the first time. That's me. I'm the
I
one.
haven't
that
watched
everyone's
it, but that's
talking about.
funny.
Because you were
I know the basketball, but I've never seen it all happen. You know.
got it. You're right.
Yeah.
You were just a babe, not even a babe.
You
No,
were like in a
I-
nut sack somewhere.
Yes, that is true. Yes.
weren't even a twinkle.
Not
There we
even a
go.
twinkle.
Not even a twinkle.
Not I was not thought of nor conceived.
There
So
you
shout out to my parents.
Damn.
So shout out to my parents. Woo! Shout out to
Yeah.
those parents. All right. But that's gonna be it for tonight's show. We hope you guys enjoyed it. I always have a great time, especially with these two lovely ladies that right here to my right and to my right. They're always great. They're always happy. They're always having a good time here. So we do appreciate you. Thank you for tuning into the Film Room. Once again, I am Texas Drew, along with Ari Gold and Amanda Rogan. We'll see you guys next week. We are out. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Steady roll, steady roll.